Hello everyone. I'm excited to share with you my reflections and key learning from 3 major subjects in my education courses. The first one is learning measurement and evaluation. The second one is communication language for teachers. The third one, curriculum and learning management. These subjects have helped me grow not only as a future teacher, but also as a lifelong learner. So, let's get started. The first one, learning measurement and evaluation. This subject taught me how important and powerful assessment is in the learning process. Before taking this subject, I used to think assessment was just about giving tests and assigning grades. But now I understand that assessment is a continuous process. It's about gathering information to understand students' learning and using that information to guide instruction. Here's what I have learned. There are different types of assessment. Formative assessment, used during learning to improve instruction. Summative assessment, at the end of a unit or term. Diagnostic, to identify students' knowledge, what they have learned, and placement, to determine appropriate learning levels. I have learned the difference between reliable and valid assessment. A reliable assessment gives consistent results. A valid assessment measures what is supposed to measure. I also discovered how important feedback is. Giving constructive, timely, and clear feedback helps students reflect, correct mistakes, and improve. Feedback isn't just about pointing out errors. It's about guiding students toward deeper understanding. And finally, fairness and ethics in assessment were emphasized. As teacher, I must avoid bias and always consider the diverse needs and backgrounds of my students. This subject changed the way I think about students' evaluation. It's no longer just a final step, but a key part of the learning journey. Second course, communication language for teachers. The second subject that impacted me greatly was communication language for teachers. This course helped me realize that teaching is 80% communication, not just speaking, but also listening, writing, body language, tone, and even silence. Here are my main takeaways. Effective classroom communication builds a positive learning environment. As a teacher, the way I speak, respond, and interact with students directly affects their motivation and participation. I learn about verbal and nonverbal communication. Words matter, but so does tone of voice, eye contact, and face-to-face communication. Even silence can be a powerful tool when used intentionally. I also practiced using inclusive and respectful language, which is essential in a diverse classroom. Using language that encourages students and shows what we value their thoughts can make them feel safe and confident. One important lesson was about active learning. As teachers, I must listen not just to hear, but to understand, to notice when students are confused, when they are engaged, or when they are struggling silently. The subject also touched on how to handle conflict or miscommunication, whether it's between students or between teacher and students. Clear, calm, and respectful communication is very, very important. Overall, this subject reminded me that communication isn't just a skill. It is a core part of my role as an educator. The third course, Curriculum and Learning Management. Curriculum and Learning Management taught me how to actually plan, organize, and implement learning in a real-world classroom. This course helped me understand what a curriculum really is. It is not just a list of topics. It is a comprehensive plan that includes objectives, content, learning experience, and assessment strategies. I learned about the importance of curriculum alignment, making sure that what we teach, how we teach, and how we assess it, and I need to realize. I also practiced lesson planning. A well-planned lesson isn't just about filling time. It should be engaging, focused, and flexible enough to adapt to student needs. Another major focus was on learning management, managing time, transitions, classroom routines, and student behavior. Using teaching strategies like cooperative learning, inquiry-based learning, and differentiated instruction. Managing resources like textbooks, multimedia, and technology to support student learning. I was especially interested in how to handle diverse learners. Not every student learns the same way, and this subject emphasized the importance of adjusting our approach to support all students, including those with learning difficulties or different cultural backgrounds. This subject prepared me to be not just a subject expert, but a learning facilitator and classroom leader. Conclusion: bring it all together. These three subjects helped me a lot, taught me a lot. My three professors, thank you so much. Learning measurement and evaluation, communication language for teachers, and curriculum and learning management have given me a strong foundation for becoming an effective and reflective teacher. I now understand how to measure learning in ways that are fair and meaningful. I've learned how to communicate clearly with students, and I have gained the tools to plan and manage learning in a way that meets diverse students' needs. Most importantly, I've realized that being a good teacher isn't just about knowledge, it's about connection, intention, and continuous growth. Thank you for watching, my dear professor. Thank you so much. I have learned a lot from three of you. Thank you. ขอบคุณมากครับ